So here we are. We're at Michigan, around Indy Dallara. Got a nice little track overview look here while they're doing the warm-ups. Finishing up, we're going to go to pace laps on the grid. You'll notice throughout this video I will have some different camera angles. Just try to keep the rest of the race interesting while I'm trying to commentate what I was thinking going through these races. So I am running my first series ever on the Indies. I've got some track time and whatnot, but this is actually my first full season. I'm gonna hit every week. So basically what I'm going to do while I'm commentating these first season videos is tell you guys what I was thinking, how I'm trying to make passes. Like on the pace laps here, I run wide, keep the RPMs up, try to burn off a little extra gas than anybody else, keep the temps low so I can have a quick restart. On most of these tracks I'm not fast enough to win unless I get the pole. I can usually catch everybody off their draft and whatnot. So there was everyone bunching up. Pretty bad restart. Leader gets a heck of a jump on everybody. Dallara Indy Car. So I still stay with my high outside line. I'm not a fan of running the inside all the way at Michigan. I think it heats a new guy's tires up way too much. And plus I get some good runs coming off turn 4 to make some inside passes. So maybe it works on the lesser quality guys. It works for me pretty often here in these races. So maybe a bad habit that I have to try to break if I'm going to start taking first place finishes here. But as you can see, I'm running the middle line. I've already got a guy high in the wall up there. It's going to start bunching cars up. This is going to be a caution-free race on Michigan, which happens pretty often for me. But this is one of my better races here. I think this is one of the first ones in the beginning of the week. So I'm in P5 right now. I feel like I was better than all the racers on this track at this time. I catch a lot of people on easy passes. You'll see in the later videos I have some left going with some guys that just won't race to catch. They're in their own little race and they won't let anybody else by. So here we are, peeking in, going through wide, down to 2, catch a better inside lane, skirt on the side draft. Again, I don't like running deep inside all the time, so I'm trying to safely drift up high and come back down the inside line. As long as Michigan, if you keep the guy to the outside, and you can keep him higher than you, you're going to finish the pass. So you'll see a lot of my technique is to take an inside line and then gently move him up the track. I don't know what that guy was off the gas for so much. Got a little close to the number 1 car and he couldn't really handle the pressure. Just put me way back. But it's a 40 lap race, so we've got time to make this up. I don't hit 6th gear too often at Michigan. I feel we get a little bit more power in 5th, and then when you want to make the pass, dropping down to 4th, you're staying in the high red 5th. Again, these are no means pro tips. I'm still just trying to figure out how to win these races. My goal in this first season is just placing top 5 as often as I can, getting used to racing in the pack. So you're gonna notice these two guys, 13 car, the 1 car. These guys are gonna be the bane of my existence this whole race. Wider field of view for you here, so you can see the 1 car and 13 car really don't hold lines well. They're dipping down, they come up all over each other. We got a good sizable distance from the rest of the pack already. So top 5 is pretty much a top 5. So here's the 1 car. What I mean by holding that inside line. If you keep him on, oh, here we go 3 wide. He's gonna slip on by. But if you keep him wide, so I'm afraid of going 3 wide here again, and I start losing position on him. So if you can hold that inside line of Michigan, you're doing pretty well. Nice little go for cam that I made up. When I run the high line for a lot of laps in a row, it means I'm setting up to try to get a slipstream pass. So basically what I'm doing is trying to cool like tire temps down for a lap or 2. I know it makes me lose time on the leader. Like I said, right now I can't take first unless I start at the pole. Like, I usually can't catch the first place guy. In this race here, I should have. I was faster than anyone else on this track this day. So again, keeping the high line. Went into it a little fast, didn't turn when I quite wanted to, but I still catch the pack quickly on the draft. And that's what I mean by probably a bad habit that I need to break, is it works. I catch the pack when I go high, when I come in low. So maybe the low line is the one I need to start learning how to drive, but it's kind of hard when doing it this way still gets me places. This is the actual line that I like to keep going. Middle, dip down to the center, down low. Keep it in 5th gear the whole time, just running that draft. Five gets a little squirrely, loses me a little more speed, but again with that draft I stay sucked in. Now there's probably going to be better drivers out there that tell me when I'm shifting down to 4th, back up to 5th, I'm losing a little momentum. I agree. Like I said, this isn't pro racing still. So we're going to start separating ourselves from the pack here. And I start getting nice lines. I can still just see that first place guy. I know I can catch him. He himself doesn't even run the best of consistent lines. He falls off, cuts inside a little too much. So there's definitely not a lot of perfect racing going on in this split. You see the Highland I'm taking. I've got the one car below me. They start getting the half car back on me. They start wobbling, not holding their line. It gives me another car length back. It'd be nice to have a teammate spotter, because now they told me I was clear to come low and keep it. I would have stayed low earlier. But you can see here my perfect line. I keep it nice and tight, no waffling, and it sucks me right into the leader. Problem here is I get a little taste of my own medicine as the leader gets me stuck in a line that I don't like. So I hit my middle, come back down, hold that nice consistent line. This is where we're going to see I get stuck by the blue car. My spotters let me know I got somebody outside. I really try to dip down, not holding that line very well. So there's a little bit of speed. I was catching up on the first place car, but then I couldn't handle that line. Got a little squirrely myself. Now I'm touching the white. Back end comes out a little bit. Separate myself from the leader again. Part that I really need to learn how to race again a little bit better. I know that guy's on the top of me. There I am cranking that wheel because I can't hold that inside line. Lose a little time. It's alright. I know I'm clear. Suck back in. Hit the line that I like. Gotta let the 5 go by because he cut it in a little too fast. Lost the speed. There's where he screwed up. 13 got way low on the apron, loses a ton of speed, sucks us all back. So that distance we did have, just lost it all. Back down to 6th. I've got a ton of fighting to do now. 13 goes high, touches the apron, starts to track back up. So now I'm just running the high line again, cooling the tires back down, trying to reset physically, mentally. You can see how fast I can catch these cars back up when you hit the lines that I like. Really frustrated on this race. Thought I should have won. Just some things that I wasn't prepared for as a top level racer, especially the guys hitting the apron. You need to have a little better situational awareness. See those guys hit the apron, know that the slow car is coming, and then try to take it rather than like I did, is let him slow me down also. So you can see the gap here that they got off of that. Back to the in car, you can see the live gap now. It's got over a couple second lead on us now. That's going to be tough to make up. So I ran that high line a couple times. That's an easy line to hold. Let me reset myself mentally. This is where the battle starts with these guys. I really get frustrated over the 1 and 13. They just trade places all day. Every time I get a good run on them, it just seemed like every time I got a good run on them, one of them would slow up and box me in with the other one. Pretty good gap now between the number 1 car and the 2 car, then us in 3, 4, 5, 6. Coming up on about maybe 10 minutes left in the race, I started to get a little aggressive and started really coming back and trying to pull my passes in here. So right now I'm in the 5 spot, setting up, getting ready for a little bit more aggressive driving coming again. At 26, got 14 left to go. Now me and the blue car here should settle in and distance ourselves from the one car. And he never does. He's squirrely all over. I never get a good run to pass him, and we end up letting the one car back in this race. I'm trying to follow him to keep the draft up, and maybe hopefully he just settles in, but he really never does. So now we're back as the one car has passed me. The 13 car, they started playing their games. I did mention over the radio to these guys that we need to quit jockeying and just draft back up to the front. And if one of them didn't want to do it, let me by so I can take them with me to the front. And it never really happens. I start getting a little apprehensive. I don't know which driver's the quicker. I can't decide on which one I want to draft through these corners with. So go ahead and peek my nose in here. And here we have to lift just a little bit. Then they got me boxed in. Can't make me pass. Try that middle. Come back down into my passing turn. And I just can't get around them. I'm boxed in at a 13. So there's 13 trying to take the low all the way around. He doesn't, loses a lot of time on that quick track out. I end up sucking into the draft pretty quickly, catching real fast. I let up there. I probably should have went 3 wide with him, but again, we're running a caution-free race, and I don't want to be the guy that starts it. That 13 went way high there. Again, if me and the 1 now would just quit jockeying, just race, clean race, and try to catch the pack, we would have left the 13 down. But again, I got to lay up a little bit. So he's getting squirrely. 13's back in place. So alright, I'll take 13. He must be a better driver. I'm going to follow him around, draft, cut to turn number 4 off, suck in, use 1's draft, catching again fairly quickly. So in the my spot, I'm going to cut the turn down. And I got to lift because they can't handle the inside lane. Thought maybe I had enough speed going in here. Maybe if I dropped the 4th, I might have been able to finish it. But you see, he cuts the way down white right line. I don't protest either. I haven't protested yet. I've been iRacing now hard for a good 6-7 months. I just don't see the point in it. Eventually these guys will learn. I know we're not all pros, so I just hope that they learn in the long run. Next time I race them, it's a better race. There's maybe 2 minutes left in this race, and I gotta start getting aggressive. So, obviously we ain't catching the leaders. I catch the 1 car pretty easily here and stick them on the outside. sucks me into my low line that I'm not a fan of again now. So I've got him on the outside. I tried to gently get back in the middle of my line. Hit it nice and low. I should have went high here, but I don't have a live spotter, so I have no idea if the guy's on the outside or not. So I come in a little too hot, touch the apron, and I let the guy by. But you're going to see up here now, the leader pack, 1 and 2 are going to touch and send them into the wall. Free position coming up. There it goes. So that they are just starting to turn. They don't give an inch. They're racing for position 1. And one guy eats it. So here we are coming around the last turn. Across the start finish. I'm in 5th. Started the day in 6th. It is what it is. Hitting in.